Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Super Breakdown. Today we'll be looking at the Gundam Age-2 Gundam Age-2 Normal, piloted by Osamu Asano. The Age-2 is much like the Age-1 in that it has transformations, although it only has the one, and that it has some fun options, but it is a higher cost at 400, and doesn't have quite as many fun options as the 300 cost Age-1. But it does have some pretty cool stuff to it. Basic dodge shot, stronger dodge shot. Then you have the striker, which is the melee. You have bubble armor mode or wave rider mode. You have, and while you're in that mode, you have some other options. You can come out straight into a melee attack. You also have this fun spin, where you dive to the side and then do a little spin, firing shots as you do so. Very good for dodging, also good for setting up attacks. You can fire while in that mode as well, which is pretty nice. I'm not a huge fan of the way that the Age-2 plays in this game. I think that the double bullet version is much better than the basic version. And that there's almost no reason to switch back other than just to refresh your cooldowns on everything. But there are some fun options that it can do. Getting into melee, because the melee are different between the two, though not by a large margin. You have forward, not bad, goes into a nice little kick there. You have back, just the pop-up. You have side, you get in there to hit with it. Also goes into a kick, and then you have standard. Yep. Take this life out, and then we will show off the burst before we switch to double bullet mode. The burst, of course, will put you into double bullet mode. Just like the burst for the Age-1, push you into an alternate mode with it. Either Spallo, Titus, or flat again, depending on which one that you switch it into. So, of course, as we go into the second round, we have to ask, should you use the Age-2? Honestly, I don't think it's really worth it. It is another DLC suit that you have to purchase, and I honestly just don't think it's worth it for the cost. It doesn't really bring enough new to the table. Well, everything that it does for the most part, the Age-1 or the Zeta can do, which just kind of makes it not that interesting to me. Yeah, it's a 400 cost, which is in between the two of them, but, and if you're a fan of Osamu, then, you know, hey, here you go. But it just doesn't really bring much to the table. All the music that it would bring with it from the DLC pack also comes with the Age-1, or the Zadra, or the Fanfarsia. The double bullet is the interesting one because it has that curvable Garobi, which is really cool, and it has, as you can see, curvable Garobi, it has the IF bunker style stun, which is very nice. Basic melee right there, almost exactly the same. Forward melee, almost exactly the same. It doesn't end in a kick, but the big unique thing that the double bullet has that I don't like, which is really weird, is this. It's fine. You can follow up with a nice melee attack from it, which is what we're going to do next time. Back melee. But it just doesn't feel great. The Age-2, in my opinion, in this game is almost completely a disappointment. A disappointment that really, honestly, probably could have been remedied just by having the Dark Hound be another transformation for it. Or just have the Dark Hound be the one that's in the game. Really, honestly, probably. That's what I just said. Regardless, I just don't think that the Age-2 is worth the asking price. If it was a suit that was free in the game, it'd be one thing, but it's not. So even for mid to long range users, I really don't think the Age-2 is worth it. For short range users, it's definitely not worth it. It does have some fun options. Being able to switch in and get some good hits in like that is not bad at all, but I just think other suits in this game do it better that don't cost $5. When all the rest of the DLC, for the most part, is unique, interesting suits that bring a different take to the game, this one just feels a little flat. With all that said, though, I've been Trey. This has been the Full Spectrum. And remember to always enjoy the full spectrum the Age-2 has to offer.